Hey guys, and before I get into this video, I am just about to announce to you that I'm making a brand new series called the Superhero Squad Battle Tournament, which features almost every single character of Superhero Squad, and all their alternate costumes, and I'm going to be battling one another into the tournament until we declare the winner, and all that stuff. So if you want to see it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can keep up with all the battles that are going to happen. In the meantime, we're about to begin the very first battle for the tournament. So stay tuned and to find out what the battle is going to be. And I'll catch you in a bit. Hello and welcome to the Superhero Squad Battling Tournament. We're about to begin our very first matchup to see who it's going to be. So this is going to get interesting. When it comes down to teams of supervillains and a kid with superpowers, there's not going to be anything much more different. Like Spider-Man, the arachnid member of the Marvel Universe, and an Aim Agent, the trooper and army guy from the team known as AIM. I am your host, Joe Flash 6.7, and it is my job to talk about the characters and to know about their powers, skills, and abilities and all that stuff to find out who would win this battle. Spider-Man is the very first and original Avenger of all time, a classical hero that was created a very long time ago by the Marvel creator Stan Lee. Spider-Man is usually one of the most founded members of the Marvel Universe these days. But before becoming that, he was just an average teenager of high school named Peter Parker. Peter Parker went to a high school called Midtown High. Basically, was one of the smartest kids around who had pretty good grades and all that stuff. But unfortunately, the career did not go as well as hopefully. Most of the other kids used to bully him because there was just one thing that nobody else could ever understand. Peter Parker is a kid who really liked to learn so much. The other students couldn't understand why Peter loved learning so much, so they had no choice but to just bully him and call him names. So most of the other students really did not like Peter at all, especially his number one bully, Flash Thompson. Although Flash isn't really his bully, it's just his best friend, but it's just trying to make everybody think that they're not best friends, because yeah, it'd be kind of weird to see a nerd and a football player guy to be best friends. So Flash and Peter made a deal to make sure that nobody found out they were best friends. As I did, Flash Thompson would become his number one bully and started bullying Peter around, which made him very unhappy. But whenever he would always be hanging around with his aunt and uncle, Ben and May. His parents died a very long time ago after they moved him there as he was a little kid. Until it all changed his life later on when he went to the Empire State University when he was bitten by a radioactive spider. It all began when he went to the Empire State University trip, none other than by discovery of Dr. Curtis Connors. They discovered so many things over there. And although Peter had a couple friends with him, which was Harry Osborn and Mary Jane, mainly Harry Osborn back then. But as we all said, Peter Parker was just learning and all the stuff, until actually, like I said, later he got bit by a spider there. In some of the stories, they said that that a spider was entering the radioactive waves that they were experimenting and showing to all the other students, and a black spider came rushing through it, and it gave him powers, and then it landed on Peter and then bit him and just gave the powers to him. And then in other times, they say that the spider was actually part of the 15 genetic super spiders, only there was 14, that one was missing, and so somehow it escaped out of its little cell, and it came onto Peter and bit him and gave him powers. After that time, in some of the stories, Peter rushed out of the Empire State Building and at least almost nearly passed out. Other times, he just, went back home to see what he was doing. After a few days later and all that stuff, Peter would finally realize that he actually had powers. He had the ability to climb on walls, do some serious athletic ability, able to jump to far, high lengths, and all that stuff. But the only thing that was really concerned about to most people was his webbing. In some parts, Spider-Man was able to Peter was able to come with his webbing when he got bit. Other times, he had to create a device using a science experiment which he had learned through school in order to create a thin web in order to make spider webs. Peter needed to at least be a complete spider if he wanted to be a superhero. But the only way to test that ability is that sooner or later he would test it out in the wrestling ring. As he went up against one of the most greatest wrestlers of all time, which was almost undefeated, he shocked the world as he defeated him and got some serious money, but unfortunately was cheated by the fight promoter. As sooner or later, then it would be robbed by a carjacker, Dennis Carey. And as sooner or later, Peter would just didn't do anything and just let the guy go by. Sooner or later, an emergency happened as his Uncle Ben was dead. Peter wanted to find out who the man was that killed him, so he went after the guy that went right past him. Peter had no idea it was even the same guy at first. He was a little shocked and speechless to find out who it even was. And then sooner or later, after finding him, he soon went off on his own and became a superhero known as Spider-Man. With this, Peter Parker has been able to do so many things and has stopped many villains throughout his crime. He is far one of maybe... Although, the only thing that's different about him is that he is far the weakest member of all the other Marvel superheroes. While Spider-Man may not be the strongest member of the Avengers and all, but he still is smart and finds a way to go through. Think about the Captain America Civil War movie, for instance. Peter Parker may have been the weakest member of Iron Man's side, but he was able to be smart enough to figure out a way in order to stop some of the Avengers, and was even able to find a way to stop Captain America. Peter Parker has fought many of the Avengers throughout his life. He's fought Iron Man, he's fought the Hulk, fought Wolverine, he's fought Captain America, he's fought almost nearly a lot of the superheroes. And yet, while Spider-Man does, he had many best friends throughout his time. He had Harry Osborn, he had Flash Thompson, and even became best friends with Iron Man as well. Spider-Man has been known to do some serious crime-fighting abilities. Like I said, he is far an athletic person. As he started at least learning a few tricks after being bitten by a spider. The only thing that matters though is his spider sense. The spider sense is the most founded thing that usually is able to help Spider-Man fight. The spider sense is what helps Spider-Man able to dodge so many things. The spider sense, when the spider sense tingles, it tells Peter to move out of the way or do something quickly before he gets hit. So with that, it helps Peter to allow him to dodge many enemies' attacks. Spider-Man has defeated many supervillains throughout his career. Green Goblin, Sandman, Hobgoblin, the Vulture, Scorpion, Rhino, Shocker, Venom, and many other supervillains that he has fought throughout his career. While Spider-Man, like I said, may be the weakest member of the Avengers, he still finds a way to fight through. And yet, to example, he really is actually that smart. Think of an example, he even fought the Hulk one time. The Hulk may be a lot more stronger than even Spider-Man was, but Spider-Man is far more smarter than that. And yet, like I said, Hulk is pretty smart too. As we all said, Hulk may be much more stronger than Spider-Man, but he sure ain't as quick as Spider-Man. Spider-Man is very quick. Was a lot more quicker than the Hulk that he found a way to beat him. So as he did, it really literally shocked people, and hardly anybody could even believe that he even actually beat the Hulk one time. So Spider-Man is usually maybe one of almost pretty much a lot of kids' favorite hero. The AIM Agent, one of the founded members and a trooper soldier of the team known as AIM. The AIM Agent is far a weak and pathetic little trooper of the AIM team. The AIM Agent so far as just uses a gun and dresses in yellow and does all that. While he is completely a weak guy. While this may not be a powerful guy, he still has been able to find the AIM Agent troopers have been able to find a way to do some things. They have been getting their butts kicked plenty of times by most of the superheroes, but they are still smart, and sometimes even with their outnumbered events on the superheroes, they can actually be able to defeat some enemies. With their guns are actually laser-proof and able to stun some enemies. Even launches a rocket missile from the back that sends them pretty far and able to explode some serious damage. While the AIM Agent is very, very weak, and as we said, it gets defeated very easily, they still find a way to do whatever they need to do in order to win. AIM has actually been able to stop the cops, destroyed some soldiers, and do all that kind of stuff in Superhero Squad. As they are led by Victor Von Doom, aka Dr. Doom, They do what they needed to do and listen to what Doom says. So as the aim agent is, he is very, very weak, but still manages to find a way to go through. While we may not be able to know what their identities are, but the aim agent does at least have some abilities and able to destroy some of their opponents with their guns, you know. So aim has claimed many weapons. A little bit of a little rocket launcher missile. They have far been one of the most founded teams and maybe one of the greatest team rivalries for the superheroes. Like I said, the aim agent is just really weak and hardly has anything what is left but just uses a gun. Alright, the two characters are set. Let's go ahead and just end this debate once and for all. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into this. It's time for a superhero squad battle! Oh, and I almost forgot. How this is gonna work is that both combatants will have 10 lives. The first combatant to lose all 10 of well, not 10 lives, but they'll be starting at 0. The only way to win is by getting 10 points. So the first man to get 10 points will win. By KOing your opponent is worth 1, and knocking him out of the ring is another. If you do your special attack, then that's double, which is 2. So the rules are very clear. The first man to just get 10 points will win. But as we said, so there's the rules, and let's get right into this.
SpiderMan! Ready. Fight! I'm afraid of heights! Just kidding.
KO! Well, ladies and gentlemen, there was no doubt that that fight was anything better. Both Spider-Man and Aim Agent were both intelligent and clever athletes, but only one of them was able to pick up in the win. Aim Agent may have at least had a better gun and was able to stop Spider-Man a couple times and even was able to shoot right through his webbing, which is completely almost unstoppable. The webbing is really super strong and is able to stop almost nearly anything, stopping strong cars, launching missiles, and pretty much all that stuff. But this gun's a lot more different than we even expected. This gun is pretty much a laser gun, and because of it being so fast with them kind of bullets, it's able to easily just go right through the webbing. Aim Agent was just clever enough, like I said, his gun, with those kind of bullets, it was able to stop the webbing, and was able to stop the unstoppable webbing. And while he did, with his fighting ability, with some of his guns, with just attacking with his gun, he was able to stop Spider-Man a few times. And even with the help of his special attack, he was even able to catch up, he was even able to stop Spider-Man a little bit in time and was able to make a tie record here. But Spider-Man is far more better and much more smarter than even any of the Aim Agents are. Spider-Man does understand most of the Aim Agents because he has fought many battles with them. He understands how they are about their guns and understand that, so he's dodged many of their bullets as he could, but couldn't dodge them all. Peter realized that he needed to do something in order to stop him, so as he said, with his super strength, he was easily able to pick up some cars and all that stuff to be able to help him stop the Aim Agent. Spider-Man, like I said, Spider-Man is super strong. He can lift almost nearly, I guess you could say almost nearly like about a taxi or something. But although, as we said, with some serious web slinging, Spider-Man was really able to at least counter much as he could. The Aim Agent was nearly just as much as he could in order to stop Spidey, but it was not enough to keep him down. With the gun, the Aim Agent was just completely weak, and the only thing he just ever used was his gun, which was completely useless almost, but was able to stop some of Spider-Man's webbing, but was still useless. While in the meantime, while Spider-Man's webbing ability has at least been able to at least stop the Aim Agent through time, and with his athletic abilities, he was able to easily at least take out the Aim Agent a couple times. And with his special attack, he was even able to get some double points, and he was easily able to take out Aim Agent so quickly. So in the end, with his special attack, while he was at 8 points, it put the Aim Agent out for good. So it looks like the Aim Agent has finally found its aim in the wrong place. This battle's winner is Spider-Man. And don't go anywhere just yet, I'm about to reveal who the next fighters will be in the next episode. If you liked this video, give a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give a thumbs down. If you want to keep up with all these Superhero Squad battles, subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notification, and you'll be notified about every video that gets uploaded on this channel. And we'll see you in a bit, and let's find out who the next fighters are going to be.